Welcome to Sports with Charity Chambers. Charity. Sports with Charity Chambers. Now here's your host, Miss Charity Chambers.
Howdy, welcome to Sports with Charity. It is week 6 in the NFL, so you know what that means. Gotta give you guys my predictions, but first, let me start off by commending my own self for doing so amazing at picking last week's game. I got 13 out of the 14 right, and the Browns win. Here at Sports with Charity, we don't count the Browns win. So, with that being said, I was basically undefeated last week. So, round of applause for myself on that one. I did great. So now it's time to get into my predictions for week 6 in the NFL. So let's just get right into it. First off, we're going to start off with the Thursday night football game. You have the Falcons versus the Saints. And actually, a man sent in a video of his predictions. So let's see what he has to say, who he thinks is going to win.
Hi, Charity. This is Joseph Martin from Houston, Texas. I have the Atlanta Falcons beating New Orleans Saints because Atlanta's on a good stride right now. Julio is healthy. And New Orleans doesn't have a defense, and they've been struggling all year.
All right. Thanks, Joseph, so much for sending in your video. And I have to agree with you. I do have the Falcons winning, but I must say I am kind of nervous about this game because everybody is just assuming that the Falcons are going to win. And usually when that happens, the opposite team wins. So I'm kind of reluctantly going with the Falcons to win this game, even though I know they should. But crazy things happen in the NFL. We all know that. Next, we have the Ravens versus the 49ers, which is honestly one of those games where it's just like, what and what? It's almost like a lottery pick, a toss-up. It's like anybody could really win this game, but I'm going to go with the Ravens. I'm just going to pick the Ravens. Next, we have the Chiefs versus the Vikings. I have the Vikings winning this one. Again, this is also another one of those games that could just be like a toss-up. So I feel like this is a week of toss-ups, if y'all want to call it that. We'll call it that. Week of toss-ups in the NFL. Once again, you have the Texans versus the Jaguars. Texans aren't looking so hot. Jaguars, they never look good. So, I don't know. I'm going to go with the Texans on this one, reluctantly. But I'm going to go with them. So, next, we have the Packers versus the Chargers. I'm going with the Packers. This isn't a game that I would consider a toss-up. I'm going to go with the Packers on this one. Lions versus the Bears, another one of those toss-up games, but I am going to go with the Bears on this one. Steelers versus the Cardinals. I have the Cardinals winning this one. The Cardinals are looking pretty good this year, so I'm going to go with them over the Steelers. Next, we have the Broncos versus the Browns, and I have another fan who submitted a video, so let's check out who she picked right now.
Hey, this is Lee from DC. And my pick is that the Denver Broncos are going to beat the Cleveland Browns. I just think that Peyton has his offense together well enough to handle them, and the defense will be able to take on Cleveland for sure.
Thank you so much, Leah, for submitting your video, and I agree with you. I have the Broncos winning this game. You guys know my deal with the Browns, so I'm not going to go into any more detail about that. But like Leah said, I'm going with the Broncos to win, and it should be an easy win for the Broncos. Next, we have the Bills versus the Bengals. I have the Bengals taking this one, and I know I've been raving about the Bills since basically the beginning of the NFL, saying how they're underrated. I think that they're going to be a team to look out for, but they've been proving me wrong. So I'm going to go with the Bengals on this one, and we'll see what happens. I'm really not too sure about that pick. Next, we have the Seahawks versus the Panthers. Never thought I would ever say this, but I have the Panthers beating the Seahawks. The Seahawks, they're not looking all that great this year. Next, we have the Redskins versus the Jets. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. Jets are going to win easily. That's an easy pick. But once again, this is one of those games that's like the Falcons versus the Saints game. Everybody's assuming that the Jets are going to win, so I kind of want to go with the Redskins. And also the fact that the Redskins almost pulled out a victory over the Falcons. So I'm reluctantly going to go with the Jets. Actually, no, I think I'm going to go with the Redskins on this one. I'm going to pick the Redskins, the unpopular pick. I'm going to pick the Redskins on this one. Next, we have another toss-up game, the Dolphins versus the Titans. Now, I really struggled with who to pick with this team. I was going back and forth, but this is my brother's favorite team. I think it's still his favorite team. He's loved them ever since I can remember, since he was a little kid. So, for that reason only, I'm going to go with the Dolphins. Next, we have the Patriots versus the Colts. I'm going to go with the Patriots, my boy Tom Brady. I know a lot of people don't like him anymore, but he's been my boy for the longest. I love him, so I'm going to go with the Patriots, and the Patriots are looking hot again this year. Last but not least, we have the Monday Night Football game. We have the Eagles versus the Giants. And honestly, to me, this is another one of those toss-up games. And this is one of the hardest picks I've had to make because I truly don't know who's going to win. Both teams are iffy, for lack of better words, and they really could win on any given day. So I think I'm going to go with the Eagles on this one. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Eagles on this one. And like I said, that was a really tough pick for me. I feel like either team could really win. And I think it's going to be a close matchup. All right, and those are my picks for Week 6 in the NFL. Thank you so much to everyone who submitted videos. And if you want to be featured on my next video, submit in a video before Monday at noon, and you will be featured on my next video. Simple as that. So submit a video of you picking a team who you think will win, and you'll be featured. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. Like this video. Comment below if you thought my picks were just like absurd or way out there, if you agree with them. Don't forget to share this with all your friends. Support your girl. Thanks so much for watching Sports with Charity. I'm Charity Chambers, and you've just been scooped.